Today, we're going to be balancing the equation of methane, which is CH4, plus chlorine gas, which is Cl2, and when they react together, they'll produce carbon tetrachloride, which is CCl4, and then plus HCl. I already wrote out our little balancing, chart here with all the elements that I see on the left and the right side. So all we have to do is just write how many we have to start with, and then we'll start the balancing. So let's start from the left-hand side. I see that I only have one carbon here because there's literally no number. It's just a 1. So I have one carbon. For the hydrogen, I have 4 of them, right? So I'm going to put a 4 here. And then for the chlorine, the Cl, there's a 2 next door. So that means that I'm starting off with 2 chlorine. Coming over to the product side, I have 1 carbon. There was no number, so that just means that it's 1. For the chlorine, just be careful. I have chlorine here and I have chlorine here. So I have to add, literally there's an addition sign here, the 2 chlorines together. I have 4 chlorines here and 1 chlorine here, right? There was no number, so it's 1. So 1 plus 4, well actually, 4 plus 1 is 5. So I have 5 total chlorine. So I'm going to put that down here. And then I have just 1 lonely hydrogen here, right? Just 1. So there we go. Now let's start balancing. Let's try to balance the one that's easiest to balance by multiplication. Looks like the hydrogen is going to be easier to balance than the chlorine. Always go from the lower number to the higher number. 1 times what will get me to 4? Yeah, 1 times 4. And whatever number that you say is going to be the coefficient in front of the element that you're trying to balance. So I'm going to put a 4 here. And then when we do that, we're just going to distribute the coefficient. Anytime that you put a coefficient, it will change both elements, in this case, the hydrogen and the chlorine, in terms of their numbers. So we now have 4 hydrogen, right? So I'm going to get rid of the 1 and put a 4. And now I have 4 chlorines. But keep in mind, there was already 4 chlorines here. So I have to add them. 4 plus 4 is now a total of 8 chlorines. So I have 8 total chlorines. Now, the carbons are balanced, the hydrogens are balanced, so let's balance the chlorine. Now, I go from a 2 to an 8. 2 times what will get me to 8? Yeah, 2 times 4. And the number that I stated is going to be the coefficient in front of that element, so I'm going to put a 4 here. And now, I don't have to distribute in this case because chlorine was the only element in this molecule. And now it's A8, and all the elements are balanced. They have the same number on the reactants and the product side. So my balanced equation would be 1 CH4 plus 4 Cl2s, which will yield or produce 1 CCl4 and 4 HCls. Guys, hopefully this helped out. Let me know in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to help us out. Thank you so much for that. And I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the future lessons. Take care. Bye-bye.